I'm single. Which I feel like most of us know, right? Yeah. Are you single as well? And happy with it. This is the worst when we go, yay, we're single and we're happy. It's like, don't ask us any of the follow-up questions. We can't be. Okay, I feel like you're happy for me. A lot of you are like, yeah, we know you're single. You're like famously the most single person ever. And then this row are all like, no, Helen, you can't be. You can't, right? With these big naturals? It makes no sense. I think people always think it's like, no, you're so beautiful. It's my personality. It is. I'm deranged. And it puts people off. But like, to be clear, it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I'm single. Like right now, I've never had a romantic partner, like ever, like a long-term romantic partner. And it's not, I'm not like a freak. I've got exes. Loads of them. It's just none of them refer to me as an ex. Right? Like they refer to me more as someone who just hung around them a lot for a long time. And I'm like, well, I was in love and I did get my heart broken, so I'm counting it as a relationship. And and we've all had that relationship, right? When you were like, we're in love, you just missed it. It's a tricky one to pull off. And the thing is, I genuinely do not spend the majority of my life thinking about how I'm single. I think people are always like, oh my God, you're single. It's like, I don't think about it. It only comes into my brain because my friends are constantly talking about me being single and giving me, are these your friends who give you advice? Work on yourself! Shame! Shame! I knew she was a bitch the moment I saw her. Yeah, I knew it. It's in the face. It's in the face. 100%. What's your name? Isabel. There you go. Izzy. They're all like that.
Isabel.
Message Isabel, period. Trouble. We'll talk later. Instagram me. I can find you better friends. Wait, I'm recording the show. Shut the fuck up. It's Isabel's fault, not yours. I think this is my problem. I always get given advice from my friends who are in relationships about why I'm single and how to find love. And I want to say this very carefully because this is being recorded and they might see it. It's just, I don't want my friends' advice on how to find love. And I cannot be clear enough with this because I inherently do not want what they have. I don't want it. But you have to take the advice. If you're single in a group of people in relationships, you have to take all the advice. And if you give advice back, it's not advice now, it's judgment. So I have to sit there and take it. And I don't want what they have because they all found love through manifestation, which is do we know manifestation, which is when a woman pictures her dream partner, the most perfect person in the entire world. They're all marrying men called George, whose personality is rugby, and that's it. And it's like, don't do it, babe. We'll never get equal pay. You're ruining feminism for all of us. And it's embarrassing because then they're giving me advice, and their advice it's bad. It's genuinely, they're like, okay, Helen. Okay, woman to woman. You will not be able to find love until you learn to be vulnerable. Because guys love that. Guys love vulnerable women. And I genuinely, from your reaction, cannot tell if you think that's disgusting or not. That's bad? Thank you, that is bad. I genuinely thought all of you were going to be like, boo! That is awful. That better not be true. I don't know if we've all picked up on this yet, but I'm not naturally that vulnerable of a woman. I'm a bit more like I'm not. Like, quite frankly, the moments when I am vulnerable, when I'm walking home alone at night, that's when I'm actually vulnerable. But that's not when I want a guy to appear. Just walking along the street at night, hello! He's not going to be my boyfriend. He will hurt me. And no, thank you. That's bad advice. Please, I know I'm sounding like I'm being really harsh on my friends. I can judge them, but you can't. They are all incredibly mentally ill, traumatized women. Be nice to them. And I know they're all mentally ill and traumatized because I curated my friendship group that way. I am friends exclusively with women with mental health problems, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I prefer us, and I say us knowing that people who come to watch stand-up comedy, you guys aren't thriving either. Honestly, I've been doing this for 10 years now. I stand on stage, I can smell sertraline, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, every woman in here is part of Fringe, listening to Les Mis without fail. And isn't that bad that I want you to be unwell? I prefer it. I genuinely prefer it. Like, all right, fuck it. Demented people, gather. Have any of you ever met someone who's like, fine? Like, well. I've only met one. Worst woman I've ever met. She's so boring. She was like, I'm the happiest woman in the world. My life is amazing. And I'm like, I know everything about you, and it's not. I'm just there prodding her, like, no, there's something missing. There has to be something missing. There has to be. She's like, okay, fine. There is something missing in my life. I just want for once in my life to go to Florida and swim with dolphins. And then she did it. She was like, I don't know what I do now. I don't know. It's like you kill yourself. Yes. If you finished your bucket list, your life is over. Mentally ill people, please. I love the mentally ill. We've got good chat. There's always a couple of good stories. So much more fun. Some of my sweet friends don't realise they're mentally ill. Some of them just identify as empaths. I think it's cute. Like, no, I'm fine. I'm just an empath. Like, by the way, do we have any empaths in? No? Okay. How do you describe them? God bless you. Empaths, they feel things. And that's it. Like, just so deeply and so intensely. They're tricky friends. Like, you know that saying, a problem shared is a problem halved? Not with an empath. Double it! So annoying, because you'll be depressed and you'll tell your empath friend that you have depression. Then they'll be like, I empathise with that so much. Now I'm depressed. Now you're depressed with a friend with depression. That's not helping anyone, Ellie! So frustrating. I also think empaths, because they don't realise how mad they are, they don't do therapy properly. Like, some people in my life, they're doing something called radical honesty therapy. If you don't know what that is, it's a legitimate self-help thing to do. It's when you're just honest, even when it may seem impolite. Basically, your mum has been doing it to you your entire life. Honesty! You need to hear what's on my mind. And we don't. We never need to hear what's on your mind. Like, my friends are so radically honest sometimes, and it's cruel. It comes out of nowhere. We'll just be hanging out, and they'll be like, okay, okay, I know you don't know them, but this impression is so good today. Okay, girls, gallywallies. If you were a dog, what sort of dog would you be? Which I think is a classic conversation, right? And you've been with me for what, like 10 minutes-ish? I'm a Labrador, right? Do you see, like, big, bouncy, a bit aggressive? Yes, sometimes. But a dog. They agreed unanimously that I wouldn't be a dog, I'd be a horse, but I'd still be called Helen. That's me. They were like, you'd be the village's favourite horse, and don't feel good. Because I do therapy, I do normal, nice girl therapy. Normal therapy for normal girl. 50 minutes long, every week. And I do it the right way. I go in, and I make up a trauma I thought of during the week to bring to the table that me and my therapist can try and solve within 45 minutes, leaving 5 minutes for admin. Like a normal person. Because I'm mentally ill, but I'm not stupid. Like, I know what they want. I know what these therapists want. They want me to go in, open up my deepest, darkest traumas, and leave in under an hour, happier and poorer. More fool you. Could you imagine actually doing therapy? Like, hi, my name's Helen. I've got a compulsive overeating disorder, a horrible relationship with my mum, and an inability to form romantic relationships with anyone. I'm not doing that. That's thick. Instead, I spend up a week digging up traumas that don't really exist and just wander in. Like, my best friend's toxic. She's like, all girls are. And I'm like, okay. I've got a pube growing out my thigh, and she's like, amazing. And I'm like, ow, it's so good. That's how you do therapy. Healthy girl way. Because I think whatever I did in therapy, all we're doing is trying to encourage me to self-care. That's the main thing of it, is you need to self-care. You need to be a self-carer. And look, I'm working on it. It's just I don't have the biggest respect for people who self-care. Which makes it tricky for me to become a self-carer. And it's not because I don't... what is it? It's when I meet a self-carer, I know I should be impressed, right? I know I should be like, oh my God, you self-care. You take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. You're amazing. Teach me everything. You're a higher level of being. But when I meet a self-carer, I'm like, oh my God. You self-care. That means you had a breakdown. Tell me everything. Like, why did I want to hear about their skincare routine when I can hear about the time they set fire to their own trainers? It's so much more fun. Self-care is for the mentally ill. It is. It's not for the well. It's for the ill. I know that's a fact. That is a fact. No one has ever typed into YouTube yoga for smiling too much. Yoga for having only positive relationships in my life. Or yoga for always being 1,000% satisfied with my body. That's not a search term. You go to do self-care when you are so broken and you feel so crappy and bad, and you type in yoga for a rainy day or yoga for anxiety or yoga for depression. And at that moment when you feel so low and so bad, what you get is not what you need. Because up pops one of those, like, Adrian. And she's like, oh my God, do we know yoga with Adrian? I didn't know if we were... Oh my God! For anyone who doesn't know yoga with Adrian, how do you do... She's a white woman, but she says namaste. Whatever you're picturing, you're correct! She is one of those online yoga teachers. She's there for you in your most difficult moments. She is so patronizing. Her body is so tight, and she lives in a mansion built from your tears. By the way, for anyone who isn't a massive fan of hers, I googled her, and she's a failed actress, but both of her parents work in the industry. She had nepotism on her side, and she fucked it. Don't know why that's so pleasing. It really is. It's just these wellness gurus that get paid so much by us being miserable. And the thing is, when you're feeling that low, you don't need to see someone who's that well taken care of. I want to see an absolute unit, like... fucking sandbags down there, like shit dribbling down the leg, like, right, morning, let's try and do a squat. Like, that is what I need. I think I get so angry at these people, and it's not their fault. They're just trying to earn money. It's because they don't just stick in their lane. Like, if you're good at yoga and you want to teach me yoga, great. Why are we all of a sudden now having to talk about diet at the end of the video? Why do we have to bring food? I feel like then you get on that algorithm, right? I don't know. Oh, I should mention this. I always forget to mention it. I'm fat. I know it's really awkward sometimes when I say I'm fat, but if I don't say it, it genuinely is more tense than this. Like, not necessarily when you guys are here to see me record this, but at club gigs, if I come on stage and I don't mention that I know I'm fat, there's always a couple of guys at the back, usually from Kent, and they're just like, is she gonna say it? Does she know? Does she know? Does she know? Like, yes, I know I'm overweight. Obviously, I know that. I have a mum. Like, she has told me several times. Also, like, I was fat in the noughties. I've been fat for a while. Like, and I know diet culture now is supposed to be better than the toxic diet culture that we grew up with. I don't know. Like, I know diet culture in the noughties was bad, but at least we had fun with it. Like, it was an insane era, but what a funny time to be fair. Like, do we remember when like any woman, no matter what was going on in her life, could have every problem solved by one trip to River Island with Gok Wan? Right? She'd arrive on screen on, was it Channel 4? I think it was 4, and she'd be like, Gok, help me, I'm a munter, I'm a minger. Popular words in the noughties. My house is on fire, my kids don't talk to me, my partner left me, my body's disgusting. Last night my dog, it started licking me out. Like, I didn't stop him, I bloody loved it. And then Gok would be like, no stress, chunky yellow waist belt. Done. It was good. It was funny, it was a funny time. It was the time. Do we remember when like every single one of us believed, and I say believed with no sense of irony, that if we ate 2 bowls of Special K, yeah, twice a day for 2 weeks, we'd lose a jean size. And I hate how many women are laughing at that. Because I feel like we shouldn't laugh at it, because part of me does feel like Special K is the reason we don't have equal pay. It's like we fell for it. We don't deserve it. Embarrassing. By the way, I want to be clear. I'm saying it was funny. I know that was toxic. These diet... Do you remember super size versus super skinny? 2 people uncomfortable in their bodies. Forced to wear nude-coloured underwear. And they stood next to you. Do you remember the see-through tube? And Linda would be there just fully naked, like watching these Mars bars fall down, like, yeah, I know. And then a doctor would be like, oh, Linda, you fat bitch. And she'll be like, fuck off! It was so insane. And I want you to know, I know that's bad, because the idea was that I watch it. I'm so disgusted by these big women that I don't do it to myself. But I think what we did wrong in Britain is at the beginning of all these diet TV shows, we were shown what they ate. And look, you know what, I'll say it, I wasn't disgusted. I was inspired. These women were incredible. Do you remember Linda from Super Size versus Super Skinny? She was like the pizza with the kebab. Like, she's like a living legend. She's not living anymore. But she was a big last one. But she was amazing. She went on TV and read out her weekly food diary. That for me is the most vulnerable anyone has ever been. I would genuinely rather all of us go through my Pornhub search history then you know what I've eaten this week. Like, I think that is the most private thing. I could never be vulnerable like that. By the way, to be clear, when I say be vulnerable like that, I'm aware when my friends say be vulnerable to find love. They're not like, read out your food diary. I'm not like, I know that's not. I think when they say be vulnerable, they're saying like be little. Like, be like a little princess. Like, I think they're just like be quiet, be the guy's ultimate fantasy. A smoking hot young body, but a really old soul. So no one judges them. A 20-year-old with a really good knowledge of Dickens. That's what guys want. I think they do. They want us sleepy. No one wants someone with energy. No one wants to wake up next to someone like, morning! Like, let's have toast! Like, they want us to be like, bonjour. Like, sleepy in French. And I know this isn't like just our generation with the guys like this. This is literally a tale as old as time. This is Disney. This is OG Disney, and I always get nervous discussing Disney on stage because I'm not just here to like go like, oh, like I hate I love Disney. I want to be so clear. I am a Disney adult. Do we have Disney adults then? Woo! Slay. Literally 4 in the back. And 1 here, Disney adult? No. See, this is the problem. I get really defensive because I want everyone to be a Disney adult, but I know that you guys aren't Disney adults because Disney's problematic, so it's hard for me to discuss it. I just want you know what? I want you to know when I say I'm a Disney adult, I know there's problems in Disney. I know, we know that. Like the women, the princesses, now they were too vulnerable. And I know that. Like two of the princesses that we grew up watching were clinically dead. Yes. By the time the prince arrived. Sleeping Beauty and Snow White. And that's not okay. They were, yes, hello, they were lying there in the woods, say it with me, clinically dead. And the prince would just ride in on his horse, like, thank you, Helen. Oh, don't laugh, you're actually letting yourselves down if you laugh at that. Tis a fine day in the woods. Oh my God. And what have we here? Oh God. Is she dead? And how old is she? 15. 15 and dead. She's perfect. Isn't it crazy if I didn't kiss her while she remained unconscious, right? And the horse is like, no, Andrew! Like, it's so... That's not okay. That's too vulnerable. And myself and the other Disney adults hiding at the back, we know that. We know that. Just to defend Disney in a really not reading the world moment, it's got better. There's new Disney films. I want you to know that. We've got, okay, Frozen, Turning Red, Encanto, Moana, where the messages in these films, it's no longer for a woman to find love and happiness. Does she have to be clinically dead in the woods? Because that was out of control. Now, according to the Disney films, it's so much better for women. For a woman now to be happy, all she needs is to be best friends with her mum and sisters. so simple. Yeah. And I do think I speak on behalf of every woman in here when I say I'd rather be sexually assaulted in the woods than be best friends with my own mother. Genuinely. And I feel like the women are smiling and understanding that. And the couple of men in here are like, what? Why? Who wouldn't be friends with my mum? My mum's amazing. Because you're her little prince, it doesn't count. I'm done with mother-son. I'm done with it as a relationship. She loves you too much. She's done too much for you. It's an easy relationship, mother-son. Mother-daughter. Now that's layered. That's not easy. Mother-daughter is hard to pull off. And if any women in here are like, Helen, no, that's not true. My mum's my best friend. I mean, like, make a friend. Who the hell is best friends with someone who has fucked your dad? that many times. That is a messed up friendship. No! I think I always want to wrap up the being single thing nicely at the end of gigs, because it's like, I still don't have a partner, so I can't wrap it up nicely in this 30 minutes. It's just, I can tell you what me and my therapist think about it, because my friends, when they're not giving advice, they're being very sweet. They're like, the reason you are single is because you're so confident that guys aren't ready for you yet. They're just intimidated. They're intimidated by you. And I'm like, that's a nice thing to say. I don't think it's true. I've met so many amazingly confident women who are with these bang average guys. Like they are around. They are around. And I think the reason I'm single, and I'm going to tell you because my therapist said this is not true, and I'm like, it 100% is. I genuinely think what's happened is I'm 33, and I've really never had a long-term romantic relationship. And I genuinely believe what's happened is I've got so good at masturbating. But like, not like good. Like, if there's a shower head, that's coming off, we're straight on. Like, if, like, under 5 minutes, no porn, just imagination. Like, you know what I mean? Don't even have to hold my breath, I'm focused, like, good. Like, when you get to that level of self-care, everyone else just slows you down. And then it's like, why would I have a boyfriend? For the conversations? It just makes more sense. If you get this good at wanking, you have to be alone. Thank you very much. He's a